Hi everyone, I wanted to give a overview of the upcoming 0.3 release for Airship Commander. The main focus here is capital ship combat, which you can see in front of us. We try to mix up the scenarios a little bit, so rather than doing a perfectly authored scenario, this one is a little more dynamic. Basically, each team has a capital ship. Each of those ships will dynamically spawn vessels that will fight each other until the ship is destroyed. So up until now, every squadron has been hand placed. In this case, it is a little more dynamic. There is the goal to defend my own capital ship, which is the blue one, and destroy the red factions. The way I do that is by hitting 3 critical hit points. That is the front one, the vents. There are some towers on the top, and then underneath, you can barely see it, there's a bunch of storage tanks. Destroy all 3 of those, and the capital ship goes down, stop spawning enemies, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and start zeroing in on the enemy here. I'll hit the front point first. The way we take out those points is you can't use cannons, but you want to use man-portable weapons. So this is a bird gun that's used to shoot the birds, finally. This is a point defense for missiles, and that is a painter for your own missile to hit the cap ship. So I'm going to bring these a little closer to me here so I've got them handy. There we go. So a big part of the whole capital ship combat is missile combat. And so out here, for instance, you can see large missiles, which are anti-cap ship missiles that cap ships shoot. But then there are these smaller ones. These smaller missiles do a huge amount of damage, and they're specifically targeted towards vessels. So once you get close to the capture or the critical hit point, those things are going to start firing at us, and they will take our health down very quickly. So up until now, most of my demos have failed because I've not paid attention to them. Here comes 3 of them right here. So if I paint them, basically I will shoot my point defense gun at them, and those will take them out. So the core loop here is get close to the target, the critical hit point, paint it with my own gun. That will shoot my own missiles at it. Of course, the defensive missiles have longer range than my missiles. And then, let's see here, we're getting close, but we're still out of range. You can see Tooltips here, which is another feature of the 0.3. They're actually pretty available right now, so I'm going to go turn them off. We have things that are sort of like option toggles now that turns them off. Let's see, make sure I'm staying on top of these. And so you can turn off the chaperone area on the floor, for instance. That was all feedback from players, so super appreciate that. Okay, so we're in range. I paint the main target for 5 seconds, and my own missile will launch. So once it hits that thing, come on, baby. One of the 3 objectives I have to destroy and taken out. The next one's on the top, so I'm gonna go ahead and climb. My own friendlies have attracted the anti-vessel missiles, so I'm gonna get a reprieve on those. Your own guns will shoot at capital ships, but you don't do enough damage to penetrate their armor. This ship is at max altitude, which means I'm actually going to have to drive around it instead of over it, which I kind of like. It makes it a little more of an interesting space. So let's get a little bit closer. Let's pay attention to the anti-vessel missiles so far. Okay, here comes some more. I'm actually pretty close to the... Okay, so that's that. Let's see if I can paint it. Nope, still out of range. Let's get a little bit closer. Keep our eyes open for the anti-vessel. Okay, that guy is taking the missiles for me, so I don't have to worry about him this salvo. All right, there's that. I thought I was a little closer than that. Closer. It's a real balancing act, making it so that it's not trivial to target these things, because right now the missiles always hit, but at the same time make it so it's not tedious to actually get close to them. Oh, that's the wrong gun. No, that's right. There we go. We are now in range, and we're just waiting for lock on. The missile takes off, and that's going to be number 2. Health is doing good. Blown up. Okay, so let's go ahead and go after the third cap point. There's some missiles coming at me I want to take care of. Press the capture like that. So let's go ahead and go down. And there you can see the targets. The trick with this is because the missile goes up and over, you got to actually go a little bit lower than you think in order to not have the missile collide with the building or the cap ship itself. Again, you really got to stay on top of these missiles for to destroy them. Okay. That looks pretty good. Where did the cap ship gun go? There it is. I should be able to hit it from here. No, I'm still too far. Alright, let's turn it around. Stay on top of these things. Really, the trick here is when I'm like this is that if the cap ship blows up, it doesn't crash on me. Each piece of debris does hundreds of points of damage, so it will destroy the ship. That's got to be it. There we go. Oh, birds don't get in the way. Okay, that looks. So last missile, protect myself from these three. Boosh, got it. So that's a cap ship destruction and a victory for this scenario. There's a bunch of performance improvements and lots of other little things in the 0.3 release, but those are the broad strokes. I sure appreciate your time as always, and thanks for checking out the update. Have a good one.